Chapter 6, Faster, Pussycats, Kill. With an episode name like that, I expect a lot of bloodshed and a lot of pussy. Cats. What's going on, YouTube? You know, I don't think I've ever in my entire life watched a TV show that made me feel all kinds of different confusing ways. I mean, on one hand, you know, I kind of know how I feel about a certain thing, and on another hand, I'm kind of like really confused, and like on another hand, fuck this guy, and you know, on another hand, but I kind of like that guy though, but on another hand, I can't trust this girl. And on another hand, fuck everybody. Because this show is sick and twisted. Because some of you are liars, some of you are thieves, some of you are cheaters, some of you are fuckboys, but there's only one killer. So we think. Who knows, we're probably wrong about that too. Anyways, as usual, I don't know where to start, but I'm just gonna try to go over some of the big moments that took place in this episode. In no particular order, let's just tackle this thing. So first of all, Archie's dad and Veronica's mom kisses in this episode. Now, this is something that has been building up for several episodes now, so this isn't even remotely surprising. I mean, for anybody paying attention, you knew this was gonna happen sooner or later. What we didn't know is that Veronica was gonna see it when it happened. And needless to say, Veronica is not at all happy about it, because I mean, her mom is technically still married and she's still loyal to her dad. And she even asked her mom later on in the episode to stop seeing him if she wanted her help with another matter regarding the contract. Well, she's not gonna stop seeing him, and she signed Veronica's name herself anyways. Well, shit. Another thing that took place in this episode was Veronica and Archie's fight over Archie replacing her with another Pussycat member, which was kind of messed up considering how Veronica went out of her way to help you in the first place, fuckboy, and you replaced her without even a second thought and without even asking her if she would be okay with it. What was it that Veronica called you again? A ginger Judas? You know, I'm starting to think that South Park was right. Gingers don't have souls, nor do they have common courtesy. So Veronica ends up joining the Pussycats because Valerie ended up quitting in order to help Archie. Am I the only one that really doesn't care about this whole Pussycat storyline? I mean, it's just not really doing much for me for some reason. I feel like they're trying to make it a big part of the story, but I just don't care. But I mean, that's just me though, I guess. One of the characters in the band is slowly starting to grow on me a little bit, and no, that person is not Valerie, but more on Valerie in a moment. So we finally see Polly for the first time, and we see that she's pregnant. Something that I told you guys about already in a previous spoiler video, but still, actually seeing it confirmed was nice to see. And we find out that Betty's parents lied to her about Polly being sick, or at least that's what Polly said. And we found out that her parents found out about Polly and Jason running away, which is why they sent her away in the first place. This whole scene was very weird to me, and Polly gave me a really odd and strange vibe about her. Her parents may be liars, but Polly still seems a little, I don't know, loopy. So of course, another big moment with this episode was, of course, the Jughead Kiss. Now, guys, I have to be honest with you. This kiss felt kind of forced to me, and there was no real spark, in my opinion. I didn't feel happy, giddy, or really anything during this kiss. Now, Betty was adorable, but I mean, come on, Betty is always adorable, so I don't base chemistry off of just how one person acts. I base it off of how they both act and how they both, connect with one another. And I mean, chemistry is hard to really explain, but you know it when you see it. Now, I'm not trying to say I hated the kiss or anything. I'm just trying to say that I didn't really feel anything when I watched that happen. And Betty changing the subject immediately afterwards probably didn't help much either. The kiss just kind of felt out of place to me. And I feel like they could have picked a better spot to make that happen. So yeah, I may have one foot inside the Bughead ship, but that's it. The rest of my body is still hanging out and chilling. I want to see more, and I want to see a lot more before I hardcore ship Bughead. I know a lot of people shipped them before they had any interactions at all, and I know I don't have to ship everyone hardcore in order to ship them, but I do want to have some standards, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna keep my eye on Bughead for now and see what happens. And speaking of kisses and no spark, Archie and Valerie kissed in this episode. You want to talk about a ship I don't care about at all? Look no further than Archie and Valerie. I keep forgetting that they even have a thing going on at all until I see it. That's how forgetful that ship is. And what is up with Archie paying everybody more attention than the two that deserve his attention the most? That being Betty and Veronica. I mean, first Mrs. Grundy and now Valerie? Granted, Valerie is a huge upgrade from Grundy, but I mean, that's not saying very much. Now, I'll be the first one to admit that I am extremely biased right now, because here I am waiting for Archie to pick between Betty and Veronica, and here comes this other fucking girl out of the fucking blue that grabs Archie's attention more than both Veronica and Betty. So yeah, needless to say, I'm a little bit triggered. Now, that being said, Veronica and Archie did have yet another moment in this episode, one that I will talk about even more in a future video. Now, all of that being said, if we were keeping score with this whole shipping race going on right now, Archie and Betty would be in dead last, and it wouldn't even be close. And that's not me bragging or anything, that's me actually being pretty disgusted, especially if Betty and Archie are supposed to be the in-game routes, because they are one of the least impressive ships so far, at least as far as reasons to ship them is concerned. Not enough moments happening between them right now. So Polly escaped her little asylum right in time for the car with all of Jason's evidence burned. Did Polly burn the car? I don't think so. I think you guys know who I think burned the car. And if you don't know, then go ahead and watch my spoiler video on who the killer is. Nonetheless, I can't wait to see what happens with Polly going forward and what happens when her parents catch up with her. And speaking of Polly, I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but her parents didn't even tell her that Jason was dead. Wow. If there was a Worst Parent of the Year award, I think I know which parents would be getting that. My God. How do you not tell your daughter that her own boyfriend is dead? Bitch. I think I may have an idea why one of them didn't say anything, but we're not gonna get into that in this video. But let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. What were your favorite parts of the episode, and which parts really shocked you or triggered you? Let me know. And also let me know how much you guys can't wait until next week's episode. And if there's anything that you guys want to add that I didn't mention in this video, please feel free. But I'm done talking. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. But as always, until next time.